I was devastated when the PG Unleashed RX-78 Gundam did not come with waterslide decals, so I immediately hopped onto the internet and found this AliExpress link, and it looks kinda legit, affordable as well. For only a few US dollars, I could get this in the mail by next week. And this is what I got. Everything looks brand new. I opened it, and I was very satisfied. As you can see, these look exactly the same as the stickers that were provided with the original box. So here it is, compared with the original stickers, and yes, it is a one-to-one match. And this got me thinking, maybe I can buy other Gundam related AliExpress products too. The PG Unleashed RX-78 didn't come with a base, and I noticed that AliExpress, they had a really affordable one. This is pretty much the only one I've seen on the internet, and it looks kinda legit. From the product link, there's 5-star reviews. Looking through the pictures, it looks like it gets it standing, it gets the job done. So you know what I did? I had to order this and see what it looked like in person. The full review will come out in a different video, but here's a first look at the unboxing. Everything looks very well packaged, it's completely brand new, I received every single part, I was very satisfied. You can see it's a giant base, it has metal parts, and you just have to wait to see. I wanted to buy an MG Barbatos Lupus, but I live in Australia. This is a bit of a problem because when I look through the links, everything was sold out. Every single website sold out, sold out. And the next one, 28th of February 2026, that's like 2-3 months away. I don't want to wait that long. So instead, I looked at these sponsored products and I saw them on AliExpress for a very, very reasonable price. So I had to do some deeper diving. Everything looks very legit. Let's see if I can go deeper. From the listings, there's many, many different types. I think it's best to stay with the ones that are certified originals and the ones that have the most sold. I think that's the best approach, so that's what I did. So I was seriously considering purchasing from AliExpress. I just had to check for sure in the reviews. Once I opened the reviews, I was glad to see that people actually wrote comments and posted pictures. So I went through all these pictures one by one to see if there's anything that makes it look a little suspicious. So far, these look like genuine products. The packaging, a little bit lacking, but we'll see how it is. Most people's boxes look kind of okay, a little bit dented here and there, but I think for me personally, I'm willing to take the risk. So I ordered it, and 8 days later, it came in a box. So here is what I got. The unboxing process was quite smooth. I knew there was foam underneath so it wouldn't damage the box, and when I opened it eventually, I was a little bit surprised. There were a few dents here and there. I know they airmail it, but I don't know how this is going to affect the final product. The foam is quite small and thin, so let's see how the box looks. When I finally took out the box, I did notice that it was kind of dented here and there. Super not a big deal as long as the parts are fine, but for those of you that are hardcore into the game, this is going to ruin the resale value. My parts as well, I looked very closely and I noticed something. There was a part that fell out. Now this got me super worried, so I had to check carefully one by one. How many of my runners were actually damaged? So far, it looks okay, but I need to open some to see what it's like. The manual looks fine. Now here's a comparison between the original Barbatos box. This is just a different color but same size. As you can see, dimensions are very similar except for the height. The MG Lupus is slightly thicker. When I opened up the runners, I noticed that some of the parts actually fell out during the shipping process. To me personally, this is not a huge deal because I'm able to clean that up. I'll show you that towards the end of the video. That's where the part came from. And in another runner, a few more parts also fell out. But I highly recommend for those of you that are super particular and into Gunpla, please do not order from AliExpress because you risk this happening to you and potentially even more important parts falling off. But just here and there might be pressure points in the kit when they packaged it. As you can see, those two parts fell off, so maybe that specific area got dented in the shipping process. I think there's a huge factor of luck here because I see that there are even more flimsy looking parts held together and they're perfectly fine. So I really don't know what happened there. Here's a look at the nub marks that formed when it came out of shipping. It's not ideal, but I can show you how to clean it towards the end of the video, so don't worry about that. Now, this made me check each runner one by one, and you can see everything else was good. All the outer armor parts, perfectly fine. It looks fine, it looks strong, they designed it very, very well. Altogether, I was very satisfied with the product. So, the next video that you got to stay tuned for is the building process. I'm going to spend a lot of time, so keep in mind there are a few videos that are going to come from that. You just have to be patient with me. To fix up the parts that fell off, I use a god hand nippers to remove the extra plastic. And then I used a hobby modeler's knife to clean up all the excess plastic. Following this, I smoothed it with sandpaper, high grit, and then a pencil just to cover up the white markings. And after I did this, the final product, it looks very nice. As you can see, there's barely any residue left. I'm perfectly satisfied because I know that the armor parts are going to cover it anyway. So if it shows, not much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to give it a like. Otherwise, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys later. Peace.